Hello guys, I am so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Guys, I have a new recipe for you today. It's a little bit different than the recipes that I've made in the past. This is Korean food I'm about to make, and it's called Bibimbap. Daughter loved Korean dishes. She loved the music, everything Korean. She wanted to go over there and teach English as a second language, but of course when the pandemic she wasn't able to do it. So today I am going to make you one of her special meals that she liked. She brought it for me. It was good, and I'm going to recreate it today for you. It's called Bibimbap. So let me make it for you today and show you exactly how it's done. I'm recreating what she bought for me because it was really good, and I said, you know what, I have to share this. So today, the first thing I'm going to start with is some meat. We have some beef right here, and I'm going to cut this beef up and set it aside. Now, this meal is really good, guys, but it is steps. There's little steps that go into it, okay? So I'm going to start, and as you see how small I'm cutting this meat, I'm going to cut it up small. I'm going to add a few things to it, and we are going to go from there. Now I'm going to take this meat right here, and I'm going to cut it like that. And I have a bowl set here, guys. I am going to put it in the bowl. Cut this. And I'm going to add a few things to this meat, and then we're going to set it aside. Okay, guys, so now let's get started. So I have some garlic here, so I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of garlic and put it in there. This is some ginger. I'm going to use maybe like half a tablespoon of ginger in there. This is some sesame oil. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. Over here is some soy sauce. This is dark soy sauce. I'm also going to take 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. Oops, and add there. And over here is some honey. I am going to use 1 tablespoon of honey and put there. And then I'm going to mix this all up together. I will be using my fingers because your hands are the best mixing tool that you can use. Okay, now we're going to cover this up, and this is what this looks like. Now I am going to cover this and put it in the refrigerator. So we cover this, guys, put this in the refrigerator, and go on to the next step. So now I'm going on to the next step. Now we're going to make a sauce, and this sauce brings everything together, but you're going to see how it brings it together in the end. But let's go ahead and make our sauce so we can set that aside as well, okay? So I have a bowl here for my sauce, and I'm going to start with my gochujang, okay? So I'm going to take 5 tablespoons of this, and I left it in a container so you'll see what I'm talking about just in case you want to buy it. This is what it looks like. So I need 5 tablespoons of this. So this is 5 tablespoons of this. We're going to go on to the next step. We're going to make some rice. So I have a rice cooker here, guys. Guys, my daughter bought this rice cooker for me a while ago, but you know, I'm used to the old-fashioned way cooking on the stove, so I never used it. So she said, I'm taking my rice cooker back. And she started cooking with it, and like everything cooks so quickly, and it turns off by itself when it's done. I started using it and I like it, so now it's my friend. But anyway, I'm using this rice cooker today, so we're gonna make some rice. So I have 2 cups of rice here. My rice is already washed. Make sure you wash your rice. And I am going to put a little bit of butter in my rice. A lot of people don't always do that, but I put a little bit of butter in the water. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt, not too much to that. And I'm going to go ahead and add my rice to here. And the good thing about the rice cooker is you turn it on and you walk away. You don't have to worry about it anymore because, as I said, when the rice is cooked, it just pops. It just turns itself off. Give it a little bit of stir. And that is, set that aside. And now let's go on to our next step. I told you it's in steps, but the results is gonna be yummy. Okay, so let's go. I have here a bowl of spinach. This is 1 pack of spinach leaves. And what I'm gonna do is blanch the spinach. So come over the stove, let me show you how I'm gonna do that. What I have here is some hot water, guys. So I'm gonna take my spinach and I'm gonna dump it in here. And I'm gonna take a spoon right here and stir it. It's just like a second, and I'm gonna keep it in here. Then I'm gonna take it all out. This is how quick we're doing this. I'm gonna take it all out and put it back into my bowl here. This is called blanching, guys. Put it in and take it right back out. After you take your spinach out, what I'm gonna do now is put it under some cold water. So I put it under some cold water, and what this cold water does is stop the process of the cooking, because we don't want it to cook anymore. Don't want it to be so soft. So now I'm gonna pour this water off, and I'm gonna squeeze all the water out of this. And this is what I'm left with. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of salt. Just put a little bit of salt to that. I'm gonna pour a little bit of sesame oil to that as well. A little bit of garlic. I'm gonna put to that. I'm gonna mix this up and set it aside. And we will come back to this in a little while. Okay guys, so now let's go on to our next step. So now I have some carrots. You can either use 1 big carrot or 2 smaller carrots. And I am going to go ahead and cut my carrot. I cut this like that so that I could have a stand for it to stand on. And we're going to cut our carrots like this. And after we do that, guys, we're going to go ahead and cut the carrots again. We want it to be like matchsticks. So you're going to cut them thinly like this. So now I have a bowl here, and I'm going to take my carrots and I'm going to put them over here in the bowl. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on the carrots, mix them up well, and set that aside. I'm going to use a bell pepper, so I'll cut the top of my pepper off and the bottom of the pepper off. Just take this out. I'm going to go ahead, guys, and cut this up small as well. Put my peppers here. We're going for the different colors, guys. And set that aside. Now let's go on to the next one. All right, guys, so now we're going to have a cucumber. We're going to use a cucumber, so I think my knife needs a little bit sharpening. My knife is a little dull, guys, but I'm gonna cut this thinly. I'm gonna take my cucumber. I have a bowl right here. I'll put them over here in this bowl. All this is going to be in my dish. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the cucumber. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the cucumber, which is going to make it sweat a little bit, bring some of the liquid out. And I'm going to set that aside. Okay, so after our cucumber, now I have 2 zucchinis right here. You can either use 2 big ones or 1 small one. And I'm gonna cut this thinly like this. I'm also cutting these into a matchstick. Kind of line these up a little bit. So now I'm going to take all of this and put it in here. And I'm going to take a little bit of salt, I have over here, and just sprinkle a little bit of salt on here. Now I have some scallions here, and I'm going to cut these up. Okay guys, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our vegetables a little bit. We're not going to cook them too much, so I'm going to start. Ooh, I don't have a lot in here. I'm going to have to get another one. By putting some sesame oil in the pan. Sesame oil in here. I just lower my stove a little bit because I think it's a little bit too hot. And then I'm going to take my carrot. Okay, so after I saute this for a few minutes, like a minute or so, or 2 minutes, then I'm going to put this in my bowl. Put this right here. Okay, then I'm going to wash this out. Put a little more oil in there. Put my peppers in. Just a few minutes, just to soften them up just a little bit. Okay. These are my zucchini. I'm going to start by putting a little bit more oil in there again, just a little bit. And then usually the zucchini gets water from the salt and so on. It'll get some water. So I'm going to squeeze out some of the water. Pour that off. And then put my zucchini in here. And do the same thing. I'm going to take a little bit of garlic. Put a little bit of garlic to that. I'm going to take a little bit of my spring onions. Put a little bit of spring onions in there. And then mix this up. Just stop. Okay guys, the saucepan is heavy. We're going to put this right here. A little more sesame oil in the pan. I'm going to take this cucumber right here and drain that liquid out of it. Then I'm going to put that in there. We are actually sauteing our cucumbers, guys. I'm going to put a little bit of spring onions on there and a little bit of garlic. And we're going to saute this just for a few seconds, not for very long. Okay. Now I'm going to take my spinach. Put my spinach in there. To my spinach, I'm going to put the rest of my garlic to that. a little more of my spring onions. And I'm going to just heat that up a little bit. And our spinach go here. Okay guys, so remember our meat. We can't forget our meat. We have this. So now I'm going to go in with some sesame oil. The stove is a little bit too high again. A little sesame oil in there. And we're going to take our meat. Make sure you step back, guys. We're going to spread it out. We're going to spread it out so everything will get the heat. And remember, this is cut small, so it's not going to cook. You're not going to take very long to cook. And you don't want to overcook your meat because what happens is it get really tough, okay? So we're going to cook this for a few minutes on each side, turn it over, and then voila, we're all done. This is the last step. Guys, now the bibimbap is all done. Here it is. I have to plate it up. Oh, I forgot one thing, and it's not all done. I forgot one thing. Okay, guys, now all the main ingredients is done here, but the only final thing that I have to do now for the bibimbap is an egg. Usually there's an egg on the top, so now I have to make an egg. So let's make an egg. So now guys, let's go ahead and put this all together. Let me show you how I received it and how it is put together, okay? So remember, the name of this is Bibimbap, and I'm going to go ahead and put some rice in here. So this is my rice right here. So go ahead and get a good set of rice on my plate. I don't know if this plate might be a little bit too big. See, so that's my rice. So this is how it is done here. I have this to help me take my stuff out. So now I have the zucchini here, and this is gonna go here on top of the rice. Now I have over here some spinach, and the spinach is gonna go here. Over here, I have the carrots, and the carrots are gonna go here. Over here, I have some cucumbers, oops. And that's gonna go here. Over here, I have the peppers. We're gonna put the peppers right here. And then here, of course, I have the meat. And we're gonna put the meat over here. Looking good so far? And next, I have an egg that's gonna go right on top. This is how you make Korean bibimbap. I love it, it tastes delicious. And I'm gonna eat it for you in a minute because remember, we still have our sauce that we have to put on the top, and I'm gonna show you how to do that. Okay guys, so now I went and got my sauce, the sauce that we made earlier. And I think this sauce brings it all together. And we're gonna just put some of this all over. Now remember, for those of you who don't like spice, this sauce is very spicy. Okay? And then, after you've done that, then this is what you do. Then mix it all up together like this. And we have our egg here in the center. And we mix it all up together. And then we take a bite. We take a bite. Now remember, there's a lot of different flavors, a lot of different things going on here. There's going to be going on in this bite. I tell you, your girl can cook. I recreated this. It is. Mwah! Guys, of course I tell you it's spicy. You have a little hint of sweetness. You have the crunch of the carrots. Your beef. You have your rice. You have a lot of flavors and textures going on at the same time. This is good. I'm sorry. I wish, I know I said it tastes good, but you guys are not here to taste it. I wish you guys were here to taste it. Guys, this is really good. The first time I'm making this, because when I got it, I said, it was good. I ate the whole thing. Guys, this was fun. Give it a try. It's not complicated. It's just a process. It's just steps. If you have the time and you're willing to take the steps, you are going to be pleasantly surprised because it's very good. I had fun, guys. Guys, don't forget to share the video so that your friends or other people out there who haven't seen it before can make this or give it a try. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're watching the video and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I had fun and I hope you have some fun as well. Until next time, bye-bye.